Hey everyone, Dave's Toy Cave here. We're going to be reviewing the Tiger Force 1988 G.I. Joe figures. This is basically part 3. We're going to be going over Bazooka and some of his variants, Tripwire, actually some of his variants, and Recondo, which I only have one of his variants. So, yeah, Bazooka. I'm going to start off by, the file card looks, pretty much similar to the figure. So basically, he's a Bazooka, of course, Tiger Force missile specialist, and his file name is Katzenbogen David. So his name is David, like me. Primary military specialty is armor defeating weapon systems. Awesome, right? Secondary military specialty is Tiger Shark driver. So, because he's a Tiger Force missile specialist, which I forgot to say at the beginning. So he's a missile specialist, as you would basically think. And he's actually the pilot for the Tiger Shark, which, he didn't come with the vehicle. They probably should have made him come with it if they're basically gonna mention it on the file card. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing. So I'm gonna do a review later on of that vehicle, so he'll definitely be in the video. Basically going from there, he's from Minnesota, Hibbing, Minnesota, excuse me. So yeah, Bazooka, the funny thing is that they say he's a fast learner and he's quick and everything in his files, but in the cartoon he appears as obviously somebody who's very silly, basically stupid, so sort of a grunt. So that would be a little bit about Bazooka. Yeah, besides that, he always carries his bazooka around with him, well, his missile launcher, so he's always by that thing, and yeah, I like that a lot about him. I actually like this variant more. As far as Tiger Force goes, I like all the variants, I think, more, except for maybe like Recondo and stuff like that, but I like them just as much. So anyway, moving on quickly with Bazooka, you can see there's some differences here in color. I like his tiger camo on this. He's got his missile launcher. So let's get a good look at Bazooka here. You check out his side here a little bit. He's got some pouches and stuff on his right leg. He's got his brown helmet instead of green. Back here he's got a water canteen. And he's got some other storage on the left. And he actually has missiles that would basically fit into his missile launcher, which the tip does kind of look like the tip of the missile that's in his rocket launcher as we speak. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And that's it. So besides some pouches on him, he doesn't have too much as far as pistols and blades, combat blades. No extra really on Bazooka. So we've seen some of the color differences. He actually originally came with this missile launcher right here, which was Footloose's missile launcher, and basically they eventually started releasing him with this missile launcher, if I'm not mistaken. So those are the variants as far as that. Yeah, basically that's it for Bazooka. Coming up next would be Tripwire, Tiger Force mine detector. Yep, so he looks pretty neat like this with the camo, the brown outfit, get up instead. Still a black visor like the gray one, but the Fun and Listen version was actually silver goggles. So that's some of the variants there. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with the Tripwire. Basically, yeah, he's File name is Coog Tour Mode. Primary military specialty is explosive ordnance disposal. And his secondary military specialty is Tiger Fly co-pilot. So he's actually the Tiger Fly helicopter co-pilot. He's on the box. You know, he's Recondo's co-pilot. So that's been confirmed, you know. So there he is, a quick shot of him on the box right there. So yeah, getting back to Tripwire, sorry. Yep. He basically is from Minnesota. Hibbing, Minnesota. Look, he's from the same place as Bazooka. Interesting. So he's from the same place as Bazooka, and apparently he's very jittery, nervous kind of guy. Probably basically constantly being very clumsy all the time. But apparently when it comes to explosives, he doesn't mess around. So that's pretty cool. Tripwire, Tiger Force. A little bit basic. It seems to me like he may have a revolver there on his right thigh. And basically his backpack, he's got mines, because he can lay some mines down. So there's 3 mines compacted into his backpack that you could basically lay down. So he has a mine detector, right? So he's got a mine detector, and he's got mines that he can plant. So he's a mine specialist, you know. And yeah, you gotta like that. You always need more guys that know that kind of stuff. Here's some of the variants. Like I said, I'm gonna show them real quickly. That's your 1983 Tripwire and 85. And before that was 1980, I believe, 5 Bazooka. And this was the second variant, of course. So this one over here is the 3rd variant of Tripwire. That was the 1st, and that one is the 3rd. Sorry, the 2nd. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd variant. Sorry about that, folks. Moving on to Recondo. Okay, Tiger Fly pilot. Yep, and he is his name is Daniel Leclerc. Primary military specialty is Tiger Fly pilot, of course. They mention it again. Secondary military specialty is intelligence. So he's behind a lot of the plotting of the plans and stuff. And he's from Wisconsin, Wheaton, Wisconsin. And this guy's been through many jungle missions for the G.I. Joes, is how they pretty much describe his career, and he's just overall amazing, let's face it. So let's go over what he's got. He actually has something that's very similar to an M1 carbine. It's very similar to the M1 carbine rifle. They call it an M14 something. So it's like an M1 carbine, I find, with the wrapped up camouflage around it. So can't quite see that because it's a dark weapon, but it's got some kind of camouflage wrapped around it too. And the M1 carbine's a compact rifle, so yeah. Semi-automatic, holds a clip, you know. Besides that, we're going to quickly go through Recondo. He's got a pistol on his left chest. He's got his cool camo pants and different look to him, slightly different from the original. His backpack is basically a cross-country backpack. He's got a water canister, and he has a sleeping bag, I suppose, and some other equipment possibly stored in his baggage. And I'd like to show that he also has a combat knife on his left thigh. So very cool. They made a couple different variants of this one, different green camouflages, but overall this is the difference between Recondo. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Until next time for the next part, take care.